Hello and welcome to this lesson, PineScript Time Series Essentials. In this lesson, I'm going to cover following topics. First of all, I'm going to cover importance of time series in PineScript. After that, I'm going to talk about time series and PineScript execution model. After that, I'll demonstrate some practical applications, and we're going to use open price variable for that. After that, I'm gonna touch on distinction between time series and arrays. I'm gonna demonstrate efficient computation of cumulative totals. Then we're gonna leverage function calls in time series in PineScript. Then I'm gonna explain the syntax and execution model for complex calculations. And in the end, I'm gonna talk about difference between time series and series qualifier. So let's begin. PineScript, a powerful scripting language designed for trading indicators and strategies on TradingView platform, derives much of its strength from its efficient handling of time series data. Time series, in the context of PineScript, form the foundational structure for storing successive values of a variable over time, with each value linked to a specific point of time. Understanding time series is crucial for unlocking the full potential of PineScript. The concept of time series is closely tied to PineScript's execution model and type system. Time series efficiently represent values that change over time, making them well suited for working with charts composed of bars, each representing distinct point of time. The simple illustration and demonstration of time series is the looking into the chart and noticing that this chart shows us time series value, or we could call it series values of a certain parameters. For example, for each bar we see on this screen, each bar is characterized with the open, high, and low and close values, right? All these open, close, low, and high values, those are series variables, and they use the concept of time series. And for each bar, we can see the values of this open, close, low, and high. We can see these values on the chart. And we can see that for each specific bar that represents certain specific time, we have certain values of these series variables. To illustrate it further, let's review this example of plotting open price and previous bar of open price on this chart. So if we run this script on this 12-month chart, the open time series contains the open price of consecutive 12-month bars. Referring to the past value in a time series is accomplished by using the history referencing operator, like in this example over here, open and 1 in the square bracket, where open and 1 in the square bracket denotes the open price of the previous bar. So now let's take a look at example of one bar. So in the line, blue line, is indicator that plots the open price. The green line, as you see in our code, plots the value of the open of the previous bar. Let's consider, for example, this bar. The blue line is the current open price. You see the blue line on this bar, on this particular time, equals the open price of this bar. And the green line equals the previous open price. Green line equals to the open price of the previous bar. That's what we expect. And the same applies for each bar. While time series might resemble arrays, they are fundamentally different. PineScript uses an array data structure, but the concept of time series is different. PineScript allows for efficient computation of cumulative totals without explicit loops. For example, ta.com and close, like we use in this example, is executed on each bar, accumulating the close values as it progresses through the chart. And we plot this ta.com of a close, we plot this indicator with orange color, and it calculates cumulative summary of each close price for all the bars. Function calls on successive bars leave traces in time series. Accessible using the history referencing operator, for instance, checking if the close of the current bar breaches the highest high in the last 10 bars, excluding the current bar, can be expressed as we coded in this line. So we check here if close bar is bigger than highest value of the close for the last 10 bar, and except the current, excluding the current bar. That's why we use 1 in the with the history referencing operator. We could have used here another number like 2, for example. In that case, we would have excluded the 2 last bars. So how this works is this: ta.highest close of 10 bars, it returns the series type of variable, and we from that series variable we take the 2 bars back value from this series, not the current value of the series, not the previous value of the series, but the 2 bars back values of this ta.highest series. Understanding the PineScript syntax and execution model enables the definition of complex calculations with minimal code. The looping logic, evident in function calls like plot open, repeats on each bar, plotting the open value for each bar on the chart, like we did in this example. It's important to differentiate between time series and the series qualifier. Time series explain how consecutive variable values are stored, while the series qualifier denotes variables with the values that can change bar to bar. For instance, timeframe.period is a variable with the simple qualifier and string type, indicating its value remains constant throughout the script's execution on each bar. So it means that the value that this function returns is a string value, and it's gonna be equal of the same, and the value will be always the same for each bar where this script is executing. In conclusion, a comprehensive understanding of time series coupled with PineScript's syntax and execution model empowers traders and script developers to perform complex calculations with concise and efficient code. This is the end of the lesson, and I will see you in the next one.